I smacked the alarm clock with a groan. Who got up at that ungodly hour? For the last 2.5 months, that answer would be me. And why? Because the one person in this world I didn't want to see had come to town, and he wasn't leaving. His auburn hair stuck out like a beacon anywhere I went, and like the coward I was, I hid every time. A part of me longed to look into his eyes and feel that final spark of recognition. What color were his eyes? I had wondered about that too often, and immediately scolded myself. Patrick O'Connell would give up and go home, eventually. He had only come here to kill my brother in that ridiculous mating ritual and take his one true mate. No doubt he hadn't smelled me coming until it was almost too late. I had been out with my sister Lily and my brother's mate, Kelsey, to scout Kyle's latest challenger during the mating challenges. See, once a newly mated pair is announced, there's a challenge period where an eligible wolf can issue a battle to the death for those mating rights. Kyle and Kelsey's period was shortened due to extenuating circumstances. Basically, Kelsey's a super powerful she-wolf witch with all kinds of awesome powers that cause them to bond faster than should be possible. I had totally called it, but even still, they had to endure a month of absolute terror through the challenges. Sure, Kyle being alpha of our pack made his position much more sought after, but my position in the pack made me only slightly less desirable, and I didn't have any superpowers to lessen the challenge period. 4 months. That's what I'd have to endure if I took a mate. 4 months of hell. I couldn't do it. Currently, Kelsey was expecting their first child. If it was a boy, some of the pressure would come off me. As second oldest in the family, should I take a mate, that would move the line of succession to him until, and unless, Kyle heirs a son. It was such a mess. My plan all along had been to just not take a mate until that happens. But then Patrick showed up, and he wouldn't go away. Anyway, back to my story. Lily and Kelsey and I went to scout out the Irish challenger that had just arrived. As we got close, my whole body started tingling, almost like I needed to shift to my wolf form, and then I smelled him. It was the most delicious thing I'd ever smelled, and it called to me. I saw the tall, strong man with the auburn hair from behind, and he stiffened his shoulders and sniffed the air. I knew immediately who he was to me. Like some blaring neon sign pointing and exclaiming, "This is your one true mate." Of course, I did the only sane thing possible. I faked a headache and ran home with my tail between my legs, scared half to death. Since that moment, I had done everything in my power to avoid one Patrick O'Connell.